Alright, so today is the first day of the testing speaking lesson number 0. So let's get started. You win the people that say, forget about school, you're out of school. You're studying there, you go there. Tell me why. If you're gonna have and run a business, if you don't understand accounting, you're only behind there. Well, can you understand communicate to you, right? I mean, there's people that understand the concept of the difference between profits and costs. Oh, your accountants might tell you you are profitable but your costs going down. Understanding a breakdown when you don't, you think you need to call it. Yeah, this is because may not for some people like if you know someone visit that you can take an online course in accounting to say everything you are very happy begin. What's my point? I'm not saying you have to go to India. I'm not saying go expensive. I don't care if you go to community college take accounting and spend attend both class. Just spending the money forces you to more obligated to do it. With accounting, finance, assistant in marketing, sales school offers that they are all their own language business, and so it's all possible to teach yourself things. It's what is possible to hire them. When you're starting, so how many hire accountant, and so your cost of opening a business drops a little bit more important. That's the talking, talking, the language business. I think I learned the one important, and then learn from how to learn, and learning become more important because the one thing in business that's always changing. You're not always learning to this minute. If I continuously learning, if I'm just absorbing as much as I can absorb someone else is going to kick my ass, right? So you're talking about paradigm, the greatest source of your speak knowledge. If someone else knows more than you do, if you know learning, if you don't know how to learn, if you don't have a shit you're learning and current immersion, you're SOL. People lie to say, they don't want to ask them. That's not right, right? So because the questions you ask them, they may tell all more about you, anything else you do. Because in particular, I'll tell you about your preparation is you ask me for just basic things you should have known, you should have done to science, that's going to disqualify the almost. Do you think there needs to be a healthy level of partner? Absolutely, there needs to be. Oh yeah, I mean, I want to say, for one my business, I said, whatever to get my ass right. Whatever business you have, is something trying to put is there something trying to put a bit of your business, and it's better for you to figure out how they're going to do it and then do it. Yeah, that's being paranoid. You have to be paranoid. You have to anticipate orders, and you can't even apply the competition. I was at the personal plan competition this morning at the college and they were kind of being dismissive of the competition. So you can't do that. They aren't trying anything, go down on you. They're just gonna sit still and you really well. You're gonna spend and work hard, even harder, faster. So you have to be, self-aware of your good at and what other people are good at. And a healthy dose of paranormal is very helpful. What? Right. Never mind. But I'm going to try my best. If you're not always learning to this, minutes I'm not continuously learning and not absorbing as much as I can, I'm sure someone else is going to kick my ass. The greatest source of your paranoia should be knowledge. If someone else knows more than you do, and if you're not learning, if you don't know how to learn, if you don't have a trust of learning and acquiring information, you're SOL. There are certain guys in church on the gym, right? There's certain guy, when you golf, we have muscle memory and discipline. The may not be the most talented yet they may, but his discipline and force to what necessary to combine it with even being physical and being skilled. It makes him amazing basketball player. So it's understanding the skill set is finding your right way to use those skills and then going for it. You make that it's depend on you pick the right industry, but whatever industry you pick, if you ask everybody, if you try to be a little smarter than everybody, if you really be a salesperson everybody, have you ever tried to be better than everybody? It'll be a chance if you don't do it and someone else does. I have the saying this someone trying to take it all away from you. Work lastly, someone else spending 12 hours working, 12 hours taken away from you. And that's kind of why I look at it. You say it's the number one reason football fail not only with attack is the complete opposite. Like a branch like effort, like a branch like effort. Yeah, they don't learn. They know like when you walk into the room and when you start business and you start talking about somebody else, you're going to come with no competition. If they're going to be, if somebody else knows your business and whereas you do when you get started, and if people working into a competitive environment and they still know about more about business than you do and more about your customers, you're going to lose. But smart people don't consider that. They don't work. They don't learn more about that industry. They don't know about it. I mean, so you cannot put into the effort to know about your industry than everybody else. And that's the man, the brand's pros for as well. Because if you're competing with me, you better know that you're doing. Otherwise, I'm gonna kick your ass. And so the combination is really what keeps business early on more than anything. But as boss always lies, want something you have to earn it. And to his credit, he said that no, you can't do that. So that it was selling parcel times whatever it was, he never hand me back. That's the thing that was important, so anything. Something being you're trying to sing, maybe don't get any better and is learn and fail, it doesn't matter. So number 9, 10, 12, 16, 21, the framework was developed. Whether you are, 6, I'm sleeping, on a couch, Africa with a horn, flower, live with a prom and last, I'm a student, so how to do those. I think that's influenced me as much as anything. My dad was like, go for it, and why not? Well, you have to go to lose. So you think, like you say, people think guys, you feel them, you could within 5 to 10 minutes view say that. Is it an achievement? I mean, I can typically tell, right? I can tell by the passion. By passion, I can tell by the focus. I can tell by the preparation. There are always person here. Here's this person you're in, and here's how some things that influence whether or not you're going to be successful. To my experience in the business, I can put myself in this position and say, okay, here nine organizing we will effort and then go towards that. I mean, those are it should have been able to address already. The cap gives me a chance of how they're willing to work, And I can tell by the person asked me, so how to do is like, okay, what you want to know? But I'm curious if you were a police school with 14 years with each other, would a bet on you being who you are today? No chance? No chance. Tell me why. I mean, I have my good friends and, we hung out and I was a hustler. There's no question I was hustler even in high school. Oh yeah, and it wasn't in a big way. But I don't think people saw it. I mean, it was like people look at me, oh, it is nice to sit. So in high school, you were a funny guy. We always the guy that make people laugh. No, I wasn't quite competitive. I was just sports. No, I wasn't great. I was just decent. Wasn't alternative guy. I mean, I was into learning. I was business guy. I was also learning, reading books all the time, reading business books all the time. Going to junior achievement. I was junior achievement Greek. Why were you reading business books? Because I want. I will want to that way. I started my first minute when I was 10. I was buying and selling baseball, cars, buying and selling stamps, and anything I could do to make money. What hustling trying to do so it was into business, but I'm not so much worried, and all my friends went to it with me, so I don't really know. You think there's a proven formula that if a brand cooking is on a lab champion, you're gonna but now have knowledge of why you do. I think if he follows a formula, he get guaranteed to make it in chip. No, 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 no. Shouldn't believe in guaranteed to make it. Because who knows we're competing with. If you put two people both following the same formula but with the same industry, right? Which one wins, maybe they both can win and both can be successful, but so I don't think there's a default template for success, but I think there's things that you can to do put yourself in the best position to succeed. Okay, so after I've done this of speaking number three for the first time, I feel like it is insane. I have no idea what's going on. It's really difficult for me to follow this typical speed because it is really fast at this time. But I'm gonna try my best because I have 19 more chances for me to improve my skill in order to speak as fast as you can. Okay, so this is the end of my speaking today. So okay, I'm done.